So chapter 5 covers reflexive verbs. Reflexive verbs are very, very simple, very mechanical. The only difference between a reflexive verb and any other verb that you might have seen in 101, it's adding a reflexive pronoun to the verb. That's all. So in this PowerPoint, you see I'm giving you the example of the verb tomar, right? To take or to drink in some cases. So you see the conjugation there, right? So I take, yo tomo. You take, tú tomas, etc. Okay? All right. So what's the difference between a verb like that and a reflexive verb? Okay, like I said, a reflexive verb just needs a reflexive pronoun. That's all. Everything else is the same. So you can see the pronouns, okay, the reflexive pronouns. So for yo, the reflexive pronoun is me, right? For tú is te, etc. So as you can see, the reflexive verb I'm giving you as an example is bañarse, okay? And so how do you know a verb is reflexive? It's because when you see it, whenever you go over certain verbs in the book, the ending is going to be se, okay? So you see bañar is to bathe, and then bañarse is to bathe oneself. Okay, so again, you know it's a reflexive verb because when you look at the verb, it says bañarse. It doesn't say bañar, right? It says bañarse. Okay, that makes it reflexive. So all you have to do is you conjugate the verb like you normally would. Okay, so forget about the se for a moment. Bañar, okay? Okay, just conjugate bañar like you would normally, right? So, baño, right? Yo baño. Tú bañas, right? Él baña, etc. It's reflexive though, so what you do is you're going to add a reflexive pronoun. Okay, so for yo, the reflexive pronoun is me. So yo me baño, bañas, etc. That's all. Okay, you can see there that I put in parentheses the pronoun, subject pronoun, right? Yo, tú, él. That's because in Spanish, as some of you probably already know, you don't have to say the pronoun. In English, you do. Because if I say, for example, speak, am I referring to I speak, or you speak, or he or she speaks, or right? But in Spanish, you don't need that pronoun because every verb for every person is going to be conjugated differently. So if I say baño, automatically you know it's yo, right? Because if it were you, it would say bañas, no baño, right? If it was él or ella, it would be baña. Okay, so that's why those pronouns are in parentheses. When I put anything in parentheses, means that it's optional. Okay. Now the reflexive pronoun, don't forget, you have to put the reflexive pronoun for those verbs that are reflexive. One thing that students tend to do though is after they go over the reflexive verbs is moving forward, they tend to make every verb reflexive. Okay, don't do that. You only put that reflexive pronoun there if the verb is reflexive. Again, if you see at the end the se. Right? And that's all.